Bonjour mesdames, bonjour messieurs, bonjour mesdemoiselles. Hello everybody. You can make your cask because I'm going to speak French and you are going to speak English. Je voudrais vous présenter l'équipe de ce film lumineux qui porte si bien son titre. Alors je vais commencer par le producteur Julien Graff, là-bas. Autre producteur, Thomas Hakim, à côté de lui. À côté de moi, Zico Moyetra. Directeur de la magnifique photographie, Ranabir Das. Un acteur superbe, là-bas. Ridou Haroun. Kani Kouchroti. Shaya Kadam. Divya Prabha. Et enfin, Payal Kapadia. Alors vous allez poser toutes vos questions, je commence, j'en fais une petite, et puis après vous continuez, hein, comme d'habitude. Il y en a plein en plus, j'ai l'impression. Donc je vais juste poser la première question, parce que c'est... Oui. Yes. The first, yes.
Sorry,
Because I am more friendly in French. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ma première question, c'est parce qu'en fait, c'est ce que tout le monde se dit depuis hier sur la Croisette, c'est que ce titre de film est sublime. C'est peut-être le plus beau titre de la compétition. D'où vient cette idée de ce titre, de cette notion qu'il faut chercher la lumière où on peut?
So the title is also about hope and about when things are not, looking a bit bleak. You sometimes you don't know that there's a way out, and you don't sort of imagine that way out. And I thought that hope and light could be used synonymously, and the title was also in the dialogue in the film because one of the characters is stuck for a long time in a dark room and can't imagine light. And somehow this connected for me with the idea of a possibility, that you don't see the possibility when you've never had it.
Est-ce que vous voulez commencer à poser vos questions? Qui est le premier?
Payal, question to you. My name is Rodrigo Fonseca from Correio da Manhã, Rio de Janeiro. I'd like to understand a little bit more the concept of colors in the film. And yesterday, watching your amazing film, you made me think a lot about Edward Young and directors like him. I would like to understand your references. Thank you.
So the colors, that's the first question about the colors. The colors, me and Ronobir, and with our production designers, we wanted to have two distinct palettes in the film. The first part is coming from the monsoon season in Mumbai. And in Mumbai, we actually have only two seasons. One is monsoon and no monsoon. So it's hot around the whole year. And then when the monsoon comes, it's completely different. And the light becomes like this pale blue light in the evenings, and we have, almost sometimes like European light with the longer magic hours. So there's something beautiful about it. But also in the day, it can be like muggy and gray and melancholic. So this was the kind of characteristic of Mumbai we wanted to have in the film, where we explore this kind of light. And also the city gets covered with blue tarpaulin, because everybody has to cover their houses and roofs because it rains so much that it's always leaking. So you have to protect. So there's a lot of blue plastic that you see in the city. So for me, that blue was really important to what I've seen in Mumbai. So I wanted to have it in the first part. And the second part takes place in the district of Ratnagiri, where the rocks are red. There's like a red color in the rocks, and this laterite rock. So it's like this really brilliant red. So we wanted to shift the color palette to match the landscape of Ratnagiri. Merci. Oh, I have too many references. I'm a huge cinephile, so like a lot of filmmakers really influence us, and we watch films from all over the world because we studied at the Film and Television Institute of India, which is our national film school. So we got to see a lot of films from around the world there, and then later on also we tried to watch as much as we can.
Also paintings.
And paintings as well, yeah. That's true. Paintings and poetry and films. The films of Alice Walker, Claire Denis, Edward Yang also, and many others.
Hi, my name is Giovanni Ottone, Italian magazine Vivi il Cinema. First of all, a short commentary. Your film is a masterpiece, in my opinion. Thank you so much, because it's not only the story of three women, but this love song to Mumbai as a secular town. This is my opinion. Because, you know, in Mumbai, I travel a lot in India. There are also some problems with racist parties and all this, and this is so important, your films. And also, I think it's so important to show how to be a civil servant could be so important, how for the internal immigrant could be so important in this situation. And also for the reference, I think since a long time, since Wong Kar-wai, I didn't see this kind of equilibrium between aesthetic and between the content of the films. And also I remember Ritesh Batra, Lunchbox 2013, as a good reference for this. My question is about the screenplay. How did you conceive the screenplay? It is original screenplay, it's part of your experience. And then a small curiosity about where is the resort where they went to get holidays to the seaside. It's in Goa or some other place. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I'll answer the second question first. Where they go is, it's between Mumbai and Goa. It's a district called Ratnagiri. And a lot of people from Ratnagiri over the past century have come to Mumbai to work. So there is a connection between Ratnagiri and Mumbai, and a train that goes directly from center of Ratnagiri to the center of Mumbai. So I wanted to sort of recall this journey, and this is why we chose Ratnagiri as the location for the second part. What was the first question? Sorry. Screenplay, yes. So the screenplay I was working on for a very long time because the first starting point of the film was supposed to be for my final year diploma project at film school. And I wanted to make a film which was much smaller than this. And it was about, at the time I was spending a lot of time with a family member who was not well and was being nursed back to health. And I was there also helping out. So we spent a lot of time together. And I started thinking a lot about the hospital also as a space, kind of a microcosm for so many things to take place. But as time passed by, the film, you know, it became a bigger film, and I wanted to, you know, make a longer film out of it. And slowly, I think it's been 5 years. So the screenplay keeps changing as I grow older. And, you know, your ideas change as you have new experiences. So it completely changed as time went by.
Hello there, I'm Dariush Tabatabai from Netzwerk.de Germany. First of all, congrats on the movie. I
Can
think
you
it's...
just hold it a bit? Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
sorry. Congrats on the movie. It's one of the greatest of the competition. And my question is for Mrs. Jaya Kadam. And you've been here with 2 films, Sister Midnight and this one, which 2 are in my top 3 of this year's festival. And I think stylistically they are very different, but I would like to know what are the combining factors for you that you decided to participate in both of the films. Thanks.
जब पहली मीटिंग होती है डायरेक्टर के साथ तो वो स्क्रिप्ट सुनने के बाद ही पता चलता है कि उसमें कुछ तो अलग है। एक एक्टर के लिए खुद के ऊपर काम करने के लिए अगर कुछ अच्छा मौका मिलता है तो फिर मेरी जैसी एक्ट्रेस वही करेगी।
She says that when you meet a director and you connect to the story and you realize that there is, as an actress, a lot of potential to do things, then you know that this is the film you want to do.
Yes. और ऑल वी इमेजिन एज लाइट मेरे लिए तो ऐसे था, मैंने पहली बार सुना तो मुझे लगा ये मेरे लिए ही बना है बिकॉज मैं कोकण से हूँ और बहुत सारे ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं मैंने देखे हैं। मेरे पिताजी मिल में काम करते थे और मैंने अपनों के साथ ये होते हुए देखा है कि सालों साल मुंबई में रह रहे और अचानक समझ में आता है कि अरे ये जगह अपनी है ही नहीं। सो पहली बार मैंने सुना तो मुझे लगा कि मेरे से अच्छा ये कौन कर नहीं सकता है।
She said that when she heard the script, she felt that it was really right for her because she has a lot of personal connections. The region Ratnagiri, which I talked about, is in the Konkan area in Maharashtra, and she's from there. Her village is quite close to where we shot, so she knows. And her father was working in the mills, which was one of the reasons that we chose to do this story was that a lot of people from Ratnagiri moved to Mumbai in the 20th century to work in the cotton mills. And the cotton mill area is where the film is situated. So we wanted to make this linkage, and she has a personal connection to this as well. फिर आपने last क्या बोला?
लास्ट ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट था।
Write notes.
मुझे पूरा सुनने के बाद ऐसे लगा, ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं, लेकिन मुझे लगा कि मेरे से अच्छा ये रोल कोई कर नहीं सकता है। और पायल के बारे में मैंने बहुत सुना था और पायल से जब पहली बार मैं मिली तो यानी वो होता है ना, इतने साल काम करने के बाद भी कुछ रह जाता है खुद के ऊपर काम करना, तो वो मुझे पायल के साथ और पायल की टीम के साथ करने का।
Okay, so I write it down. When she heard the character and the role of Parvati, she felt that she's the one who should do it. Right?
Yes.
And what she very generously said is that even after being somebody who's worked in a lot of films, she felt that this experience would give her something more with working with our team together.
Thank you.
And me. Okay.
Alex Ram, AsianCultureVulture.com.
Hi.
Great film, Payal. I wanted to ask you about, you have 3 generations of Indian women in this film. How important was that? And can the women actors also talk about their role and the casting process, how you found them?
It's a very big question. You want to say? No. Okay. Yeah, it was very important for me to have women of different generations in the film because I think that's one of the conflicts in the film between the women. And it almost felt for me like maybe one life in different times. The casting process took some time, but because I wanted to work with actors who understand the process I wanted to do, which was a very long process, and you need to have a lot of patience for it. So I found people who were so generous with their time, and it became like a really collaborative process because we lived together and did a lot of improvisation, because I don't speak Malayalam. So it's very difficult to direct a film when you don't speak. So we tried so many things, and they understood the characters and made them so much their own that at times she was like, no, Payal, she would never do this. And then you don't know. So
But also true. But also Robin and
yeah, I had a dialogue writer and an associate director, Robin Joy. He's from Kerala, and we all worked together. Like
Yeah.
it was a workshop situation, and
like Payal would like really kind of request Robin to give all kinds of probability of words for that particular meaning, and then with all the combinations and make us speak all of that, and then like this sounds right, like this, and I don't think even a Malayalam director would have gone that rigorous in finding the right cadence of that particular meaning. Yeah. Or yeah, Robin and Payal really worked together, and of course all of
Robin, we almost for 2 years we worked on writing, and it was, and then the workshopping, the whole process. I don't know. For me, also was like a big learning experience. And y'all can say about the characters.
No, he didn't ask that.
Okay.
Question to Kani. Where did you pick up the watermelon pouch from? Was it off the streets of Cannes, or was the look planned in India itself?
No, I didn't pick it up. I wanted something like that, so I asked my friend to make it. So she made it by her hand. Yeah, yeah. So I brought it from India.
Hello, it's Yannis Rauzes from Greece. It was an astonishing film. I had the opportunity to watch it yesterday evening. I would like to address a question to Ms. Kapadia. The concept of time in the city and inside the nature, how it works for you. In my mind, there were some time that the velocity, the speed of time was so much faster, and some others slowing, comes deeper. But I would like to describe me this. And also I would like to ask the actresses mainly, the feelings, the bodies, the languages and the connections with the male actors. I mean, the characters, I'm speaking about the characters. What signifies for these three women? These three women, how really they are connected with the male characters, each one of them. Thank you.
So this feeling of time, and you very rightly pointed out, was a huge preoccupation for me. I was interested to kind of have a film to play with time in this way that we can only do in cinema, which gives me a lot of joy and excitement to try things with this. But to have Mumbai as a city, it's a bit of a cliche, but it's a fast city, and you really don't get a moment of rest at all. And we wanted to sort of have the kind of pacey sense of time in the first part, but the second part is a sad story, but also kind of a brief pause from that life. So the time is felt differently. I think we all feel time in a subjective way, and in cinema we can also express that. So that was the reason for trying this out. And you want to talk about that?
And about the three characters, femina.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the question? What's the relationship we had with the male characters?
Characters, the
Male characters.
The heroes. They were mostly heroines.
I don't know how.
Maybe about Dr. Manoj's vulnerability. And everybody's vulnerable.
My character in relation with that, that's why
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
I don't. I really haven't thought about it like this when you asked me like this. Um, I'll just speak for my character. So I think, I mean, there is of course stories, like we've worked a lot about the past of the character and everything. So she has probably a father which never comes in the film, but then what's her relationship with the father? So I was aware of that. Then probably the only close, intimate male friend this person has is her husband a little bit, and then this Dr. Manoj. But so basically I felt, I think to Dr. Manoj, his character is where she has probably got the opportunity to sense a certain vulnerability he carried, and also probably had a feeling of he may understand her or something. But then I think her culture or socially, whatever is demanded from her has held her back of making even a choice, which is very primary to anybody. And she couldn't even take that step of letting go of something and going for something she wants. Even when there was a very vulnerable, giving male person was there, she let go of that. So I don't know, like from their perspective, I'm not able to see it. I'm talking from how my character saw them. And to Rudu's character, Shias, I think she only hears about him and then probably don't want to believe that is true for us till a point in the story, because she probably doesn't want her roommate to have such things or something. Like, I mean, she's probably, I think Prabha will be telling herself, maybe that's not true, like that's something. And then when it's like an reality, she has always a shock. And then I think in Payal's film, what I liked is that transition that my character had to accept something like that and move forward and make a decision finally. But with these male characters, if it came straight, I think it was all in her mind than actually having a dialogue with these men, except Dr. Manoj. I think that's the only person, for me, I felt that way.
Je vais juste poser une petite question complémentaire avant de vous redonner la parole, parce que ça m'intéresse, cette histoire justement de ce que votre film raconte. The story of the film, c'est comment les femmes en Inde sont empêchées quand même. Il y a quelque chose qui est toujours, quelle que soit leur classe sociale, quelles que soient leurs origines, c'est une histoire de femmes qui sont empêchées, c'est compliqué de vivre leur vie. Et on a l'impression que le seul espoir, c'est finalement la sororité. C'est au moins qu'entre elles se soutiennent. Quelles que soient leurs différences d'ailleurs. Est-ce que c'est ça, est-ce que la sororité, c'est extrêmement important en fait quand on a des problèmes pour s'imposer dans une société?
It is to me?
It is to?
Yes.
To everybody. Okay.
I can't.
All the women.
She said that in Indian society, it's very difficult to be a woman. So is there a lot of solidarity between
Women, like a sisterhood?
Yeah.
Yes, like a sisterhood, yes.
A lot, I don't know, but it is there for sure. At least from where Divya and I are coming from, it's called Kerala.
South part of India?
There is a sisterhood. I very much feel that.
And now more and more.
More and more is how I feel it. But I can't really have like how much it is there, I don't know. But personally, a lot is how I've experienced, yeah.
So for me, I always feel like in our country, there are so many things that divide us in our identities. And language also is one of them. And oftentimes, even if the sisterhood exists, it's just, it's between...
Yeah, but actually, now, because it separates from language, culture, and everything, even though I'm not like supporting social media so much, but because there is a social media, we finally get to see even in other parts of India, oh, there is another person like this. And even when we have not met in person, like you get messages or emails like, you know, I see you and I know what it means to be there like that. And not in person, maybe it's only in Kerala that happens because we are from there. But after this internet, in a way, the virtual world is seeing something where I see, because I'll tell you something, in my personal experience, when I was smaller, we go to a film festival or a theater festival or a cultural festival to see someone who thinks similar like you, so that you don't feel so lonely in this world for being a little different. And that were the only places that was connecting, oh, you know, like something like that. And then suddenly, like, I see like younger girls and older women, all generations, in virtually you can see, oh, there is another person, like I didn't know this person existed. And that just, that kinship, like, I don't know, it helped us. So that is also there, like a lot of people from other parts write to each other. Yes. Yeah.
It's very beautiful. Suivant. Next.
Okay. This is Sanjay from Bangladesh, neighbor country.
Hi.
I have two questions. Firstly, to Payal Kapadia, that is, your film is in the main competition 30 years since any Indian film made it here. We have seen films from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh in other sections of the Cannes, but not in the competition. What do you think it will take for more films from the South Asia to reach the main competition? This is first one. And second one is that, do you think only films with European or Western co-producers will reach the main competition?
And I hope it doesn't take another 30 years. I think we, in our countries, and in our country also, every state has its own film language and film culture and film ecosystem.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's kind of self-contained also. Like, so many filmmakers are there from Kerala as well who may not even submit their film to festivals because they have a great festival in Kerala also, a really fantastic one of the best in the country. And it's also that the audiences are coming out to see films. So they're very self-contained worlds of film. So I think, and even festivals outside, not everybody in the country even knows about them. So I don't know if I'm answering the question really, but it's just that we in our South Asian countries think about cinema in a different way, and that's fine also, and everything should exist together, and you know, right?
Yeah.
So this question is to both Ms. Kapadia and the producer. What's your opinion towards the modern Indian film industry and how you deal with censorship in your country?
In our team, men doesn't talk.
In our films, men don't talk. Or they're ghosts. We have a censor board in India, and they give a rating on the film and how it can be released. This has been the this has been there since a long time. It's nothing new. So when we have to release the film in India, we will have to get a certificate from the censor board.
What's your...
You have something? I just said my
What do you mean by modern Indian?
So it's like the film market in India and also all these actors and also traditional filmmaking.
So like I said, we have a very versatile and large film industry. And it's not just Bollywood. Every state has its unique expression, visual language, kind of storytelling. It's actually amazing that we have this, like if it's Marathi cinema, Malayali cinema, Tamil cinema, cinema from Assam, every region is like thriving. So I think
Yeah, we don't even get to see, like,
Yeah.
sometimes like independent films or something experimental or contemporary films, we get to see probably in Indian Film Festival. But sometimes I wonder, where are the mainstream films of different states
Yeah.
that you don't even get to see? There might be no subtitles, so you won't understand because I don't speak that language. Then maybe OTT platforms have
Yeah.
brought some access to what's happening in other region of India. Like, it feels like different countries almost sometimes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we are easily
Yeah.
exchanging ideas also. Like, it's, yeah.
I think even like cinema from Kerala, there's a huge boom at the moment with the kind of films people are doing. It's art house also and very commercial also, and somewhere middle as well. There's even a fund that the government has started to support
Female
female
film.
filmmakers and as well as filmmakers from underrepresented castes. So I think, yeah, it's going in the right direction.
Yeah. Nobody is happy. Everyone is sleepy.
So are we.
Oh, no, not at all.
Hello, congratulations. My name is John Sears. I'm with Wikimedia. Miss Kapadia, it was a gorgeous film. Thank you so much. And the production design team, the cinematography, the editing was gorgeous. I had a question about, there's so much poetry infused in the screenplay, as well as the way that it is edited. I was wondering, did you work with your editor to tease some of that out over the long run? There's a lot of voiceover with montages and just beautifully constructed set pieces. How did that poetic feeling come about? Was that more on the screenplay or on the editing side? Thank you.
Thank you. You want to answer? Because he's a cinematographer. We work together from day one on the script also. So it's really like a collaborative process. We worked together on my previous film as well. So I was asking if you wanted to say something. But a lot of the montages were written in the script. Some scenes, like the scene with the stethoscope, sci-fi, wind and this thing, it was in the script. And we had sort of, because if you work so closely with a cinematographer as your co-script person.
And your partner.
Yeah, that too. And you live with them. So, you can try a lot of things out while you're writing itself. So, with sound and things, so that found its way into the script. But then, of course, what you plan doesn't always happen. And when we got to the editing, we had a lot of material in spite of, working so long on the script. And we had a wonderful editor, Clément Pantou. Am I pronouncing it?
He's here.
Hey!
Just
Hey, he is. He can answer this question.
You must answer.
Because Clément, I was in a state of, oh my God, how will I make this film? And then came Clément. So it was a true delight to work with him. And I hope he agrees to work with me forever. Bravo. Are you hiding behind your cap?
Wait.
Yes, hi. Thank you very much. My name is Suman Butcher, and I also work with Sailesh and the Asian Culture Vulture team. I really enjoyed the Tamasha last night. Congratulations for being here. I really wanted to ask my question, which is part of the extension of the montages. Like, you have this sequence where people talk about they've lived here for a certain amount of times, and do you really belong here? And I wondered if that was like documentary, like ordinary people that you collected from, or your actors. But also, India is a very noisy place, and you've got a lot of natural sound when the woman is in the train going home or in the sea. I just wanted to know, how did you do that process? Did you shoot on location? Did you do it afterwards? Something about that would be good to know. Thank you.
Thank you. India is a pretty noisy place, and our location sound recordist was French.
That's how we managed.
He was, really traumatized by the amount of sounds there are. And finally, he gave up and said, this is what's going to be. So you have to live with these sounds now. but I think we worked a lot on the sound design and incorporating the sounds that that got recorded in the dialogues. And I really like to work with sound to create like a very complex and thick sound design. It what excites me about cinema, but also to use sound in a way that can be both realistic and objective, but also become something very subjective, which goes into like the mind of the character, like whether it is the wind or the rain, or just the way the train sounds in the night alone. These things for me create a lot of feeling, and even though they are sounds that you hear on a daily basis, the feelings of them kind of for me are a reflection of how I'm feeling when I'm in a certain mood. So I wanted the characters' moods and those sounds to be linked. Maybe it's not something very obvious, but there are like elements like the metro passing at precise times in the film, and the feeling of the different rains, because the rain can be both a beautiful and romantic feeling, but a harsh and horrible feeling. So I think the particularity of certain sounds is a tool that I think in cinema we have the privilege to work with, and it's a process that brings me a lot of joy. So. Yeah. So, we previously made a non-fiction film, and there was a certain freedom that we got shooting with a smaller camera. Again, if you live with your DOP, it's good. So, we would.
Et qui a eu l'œil d'or du meilleur documentaire à Cannes.
Yeah.
Qui a eu a prize.
Yes. So there's a certain freedom with non-fiction and having a smaller camera and going and shooting and trying things out like that. So we wanted to keep some of that process still, even in a fiction film, which is much more controlled, and we had a set of lot of people, and there's that organized side of it, but to also have some documentary-esque shooting. So we had a smaller camera where we would just go around the streets and shoot Mumbai, and Divya and Ridu were really kind, and we discussed a lot the scenes where they go in the market, to eat kebabs, and it was like shooting a documentary, because they were Anu and Shreya's, and they were walking around, and they didn't care that where we were shooting from, and we didn't have to instruct anybody anything, because they were so involved, they knew the characters so well, that it was like they were the actors, but it was also kind of non-fiction, because they could say whatever they wanted to say. So it was like this, and we put a little recording device in their pockets, or just a phone to record, and we work like this, which I, as a process, I find much nicer than having like the whole like structured shoot.
Alors, je vais peut-être poser une dernière question, hélas, parce que c'est déjà la fin, mais j'aimerais vous demander, I would like to ask you, est-ce que le film est vraiment une déclaration quand même d'amour? Alors, c'est drôle parce que, évidemment, ces femmes, elles fuient à un moment Mumbai, enfin, elles ont besoin d'aller respirer sur la côte, mais est-ce que le film est aussi une déclaration d'amour à cette ville? Et le rêve que les femmes s'y sentent de mieux en mieux.
About Mumbai?
Yes.
I think the city has a lot of contradictions. And one of them is that it's a city where I think it's a little bit easier for women to come to work compared to some other parts of the country.
Oui.
To come and work and live alone, Mumbai has that opportunities in this way, but it's also a city where it's only when you have a lot of money can you be at ease in the city. Otherwise, every day it's really difficult even to get to work and being able to pay the rent, because it's a very expensive city, and it's more and more being gentrified, and the people are being pushed to even further away. So this is the contradiction of the freedom, but it's freedom with the way the city is designed is like this. So it's Yeah, I wanted to have this contradiction of Mumbai there.
Thank you very much for the movie. It's so poetic.